First of all, it's important to have direct communication with the U.S. Foreign Secretary in a very critical time like this. As you know, we have pending issues from the time of Obama administration, and these issues are affecting our relationship with the United States negatively. First of all, the FETÖ issue is a critical issue. Turkey has been asking for the FETÖ leader to be extradited to Turkey, and we have provided all the evidence, all the legal process is completed. So we are expecting the United States administration and their justice system to take action and basically to stop their activities, their continuing activities to destabilize Turkey, and their animosity against our President Erdogan and also our political movement, AK Party, and its supporters. So basically, the FETÖ issue is very, very critical, and we expect the United States to solve this issue for our countries to normalize its relationship with each other.
I'd like to ask a question here. Turkish Ministry of Justice has submitted a lot of documents about the Gülen organization's involvement in the coup attempt and some other activities in Turkey that targets the government. What does the United States judiciary think about that? Because as far as we know, they haven't responded about the accuracy of these documents. Did they take these seriously?
Basically, during the Obama administration and in the process, in the transition process, we understand that the Justice Department has not done much about those files. They are just probably looking into those files, but they have not passed them to the courts, as far as I know. Recently, our foreign minister has met with Mr. Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General in the United States, face-to-face, and basically provided all the important documents again. And also our Minister of Justice has spoken with Mr. Jeff Sessions on the phone and basically reiterated our position. I myself, when he was the senator, visited with a group of MPs and spoke with Mr. Jeff Sessions before he became the Attorney General, and we informed him about the coup attempt, the FETÖ, its involvement, and we have provided him all the information. So what we expect is they should start taking steps and basically meet Turkey's demands about this. And the second issue on the table would be PKK, PYD, YPG. These are basically the branches of the same tree. They are the terrorist organizations, different branches, one in Turkey, one in Syria. So basically, we do not want the United States to work with a terrorist organization. We do not accept arming this terrorist organization by the United States. We do not expect their support, training support, military support, operational support. And we want the United States to stop working with PKK's Syrian wing, PYD and YPG, and work together with the anti-Daesh coalition and with Turkey, its NATO ally Turkey, to stabilize the situation in Syria as well in Iraq. So basically, this issue will be on the top of the agenda. We want them to stop working with YPG, PYD, and start working with its NATO ally Turkey to stabilize the situation, to achieve the peace in Syria, and to basically accelerate the political solution process in Syria. So this is another important topic on the agenda. There is one issue also I would like to express here. We expect the United States also to stop the activities of those people who are targeting our President Erdogan in an unacceptable manner. There are articles There are speeches which is calling for the assassination of our president from the United States. These kind of activities cannot be accepted within two NATO allies.
Who are these parties that are directly targeting the legal Turkish government and the legal president?
For example, there is a guy called Michael Rubin. He is writing freely in a think tank and in different articles and newspapers, and basically similar groups are basically talking about this kind of illegal criminal activities. So this cannot be accepted. These are not about freedom of speech issues. So this kind of animosity against the president of a NATO ally cannot be accepted. I hope these issues could also be talked with the foreign minister of the United States. There is also a regional dimension. We need to talk about what's the United States vision for the Middle East, for our close neighborhood, for Syria, for Iraq, for Yemen, for Egypt, for Libya, for all these hot spots. What's their vision? How they are going to bring stability and peace to this area? We have our vision as Turkey, so we expect the United States to be part of this vision and to support this vision. We are saying that we should let the people decide about their future. Do not support the military regimes. Do not support the oppressive regimes. And work together to find a solution, political solution to the hot conflicts where we are still losing hundreds and thousands of civilian people every day. And also, this is of course a very complicated issue. But look what's happening in Iraq. How the Mosul operation is being conducted. We are seeing that every day civilians are getting slaughtered by the airline bombings, Air Force bombings, sometimes indiscriminate targets, basically. So in this kind of issues, the United States should start working with its NATO ally Turkey, because we know this area, this region, and we know how to deal with these people in this region. So we understand that the United States in the Obama administration could not recognize its mistakes and continued on working with wrong parties and implementing wrong policies. So they should basically reevaluate their policies in the Middle East and Syria and Iraq specifically.
There I would like to interfere. We see that in Iraq, United States cooperates with paramilitary forces, mainly the Hashd-e-Shaabi. And when you come to Syria, as you said, they cooperate with the
terrorist organization,
which can be framed under paramilitary groups as well. And that shift happened actually during Obama administration, as you said. But we were expecting that Trump administration would prefer working more closely with the conventional allies,
exactly,
like Turkey. Why is it still the same? Do you think there will be a shift? Because this is what Turkish government expects from United States. And why do they prefer cooperating with the paramilitary groups rather than the countries?
Because I understand that some groups within the U.S. Army, within Pentagon, still wants to continue their mandate from the Obama administration time. And they are forcing the new administration to follow this path. So there's an internal struggle within the United States. We are seeing it right now. Trump versus the establishment. So basically the establishment is still trying to push its wrong policies in the foreign affairs area on Trump administration as well. And since Mr. Trump has not met our president yet, I think that he does not have the full picture about what's going on. So as we meet with the foreign minister, our president, our prime minister, and our foreign minister is going to clearly express the situation to U.S. Foreign Minister, Mr. Tillerson. And we hope that he will have an understanding, a better understanding of the situation after his visit to Turkey. And I think that Mr. Trump also should, as soon as possible, meet with our president and discuss these very crucial developments in this area. So with this process getting faster, I think that the new administration is going to understand the situation better and start responding positively to Turkey's expectations.
Mr. ÇONKAR, I would like to ask a question before my final one. We read on the news that the U.S. Foreign Ministry is trying to take Turkey from the European desk to Middle Eastern desk, which also means Turkey will be removed from EUCOM to US CENTCOM.
They are considering it, or is this a decision already made?
I'm not sure whether the decision is confirmed, but last time I read about that, it was. Why is that? I mean, is it because Turkey geopolitically is in the heart of the conflicts?
No, I don't think that this is a logical or analytical approach. This seems to be the ones against the good relationship between Turkey and the United States new administration are trying to sabotage probably the new administration as far as building a better partnership with Turkey, because it seems that they have a different agenda. These old-timers in the foreign ministry or in Pentagon or wherever they are, they still, I think, that trying to sabotage the relationship. And they want to probably stop or prevent the development of the relationship in a positive way. And that might be a reflection of that kind of thinking, from what I understand, if that is the case. But the real approach should be, Turkey is also part of Europe, part of NATO, part of the Atlantic Alliance, but it is also in the Middle East, of course, in the Asia. It has, relationship with Russia, with China. So Turkey is a central power. We are not saying that Turkey determines everything, but Turkey is actually related to everything. So if the United States wants to formulate better policies in the Middle East, they should look Turkey as a central power to understand Balkans, Russia, Middle East and Africa, as well as China. So I think that they need to readjust their thinking in the foreign ministry about Turkey, and this kind of an approach, I think, will not produce anything positive for the United States itself as well.
Does Turkish government expect a real solution on the ground after those visits? Because Mr. Pompeo came, Dunford was here just after Trump was elected, and the A-team actually has been to Turkey, except from Trump.
Yes. I think that this is going to be decided in the United States, in their internal struggle. It depends on how this internal struggle will develop in the United States. I don't think it's only about Turkey. There is an internal struggle. One side wants one thing, the other side wants another thing. We are seeing that that kind of an issue in their relationship with Russia as well right now. One side is totally, against Russia, and the other side is trying to find another way in dealing with Russia. So this is a big struggle in the United States. I think according to the result of that struggle, the United States administration will formulate its approach against Turkey's proposals.
What about the news that was on the papers last night that Turkey's publicly owned Halkbank's deputy general manager was detained at New York airport while he was trying to fly back to Turkey under the probe which is related to violating sanctions against Iran. The Turkish government hasn't responded about the topic yet. Just the bank made a statement on the public disclosure platform. How will Turkey react? Also, will that be on tomorrow's agenda?
I think that issue will come to the table, of course, because Turkey wants its citizens to get their rights, provided to them. Whatever is the process there, they should be able to access to their, consulate, and we should make sure that that person is fully using his, rights as far as defending himself. So the issue is that we should not let any kind of treatment out of law in the United States. I think this message would be given to the foreign minister as well. Another issue may be regarding this ban on the Turkish Airlines flights for the laptops and devices bigger than the cell phones. It seems to be very illogical for Turkish Airlines to be included in this. There seems to be some economic rivalries affecting this kind of decision, and this is not acceptable between two NATO allies. No one can explain this to us, so this issue also should be discussed in the meeting.
My last question, sir. Just a couple of days ago, Deputy Prime Minister Kaynak mentioned that they had the information about 3 million refugees who are trying to enter Turkey from Iranian border, and most of them were Afghanis. So Turkey is kind of facing another refugee influx, a very big tide. Do you think the refugee issue will also be discussed with United States as the EU has turned its back to Turkey?
I think it should be discussed because it's a very major problem right now. And of course, the United States is also concerned about Europe, I think, because there's a transatlantic, relationship. We think that the United States cares about its allies in the Europe as well. So this is affecting all of those allies. So within the context of Syria and Iraq, as well as the file of Iran, all these kind of issues must be taken into consideration because we are approaching to spring, summer, and the movements of the refugees are going to increase. So people may die in the sea again. We are still seeing deaths in the sea. Turkey is trying to stop this fully with all its capacity, and the United States must be responsible here as well. Because when we look at the root causes of these kind of refugee flows, most of the reason is because of the U.S. operations in Afghanistan, in Iraq, and the operations in Libya, Yemen. So United States is involved in all of these scenes. So they should have the responsibility as well.
Thank you very much, Mr. ÇONKAR. Is there anything that you'd like to add?
Thank you very much.